Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel today. I'm confident today we're about to our philosophy today. So, our topic today is talking about can we really know anything? So, this is a branch of philosophy topic that I'm gonna talk with you guys today. This is a way that you're going to questioning yourself that do you really know anything? If we ask someone that you will know almost everything, or you can say that can we really know them? So a part of you will say yes, of course we can. If we take time to study, if we take time to learn, so we will know anything. But there are some of you will go in to make the opposite argument. And let's going to take an examples to see that is you really going to know anything or not. So for the first, we have to imagine that we are a brain that was in a jar, and the brain have connect with a computer that fit the brain experience of a guy named Ray. This guy is reading book, and the information of this guy reading book was going to be downloaded, or you can say it's what going to move from the computer into the brain in the jar. So the thing that the brain is experiencing is the guy named Ray is reading a book. So you can see that this is the same experience that the brain in the jar see and the real Rex see. So the guy named Rex is reading a book, and in his vision, he know that he reading a book, and the brain having information about the guy named Rex is reading the book, and that information come into a come from a supercomputer and is what download into the brain. So the brain will thinking that it's great too and is also reading book like the real people. So you can see that the way that two of those person, or you can say the way the brain experience things and the way that Rick is reading book is the same way. But the difference is the way they are going to taking the information. Or you can say that the cost of the brain in a jar and Rick experience are different. Rick is really reading a book, but the brain it just have fit the experience about Rick reading a book. So they both think they are Rick and they both think that they are reading book. So if the brain in a jar has no way to telling itself that is a brain in a jar, but it's really think that is a person have a name that is brain. So why don't you think that you're just a brain in a jar and information that you're checking now, the thing you see, the thing that I'm talking is come from some computer and that things are going to making us experience the way we're living now. So you can make sure that you are not. You cannot complain and you cannot going to explain how. So some people will say that, well, that's just ridiculous. It's obvious that I'm not a brain in a jar. So how you can prove it? You could say that. So for a start, I've got finger and eyes and have ear, face. I have everything. So why don't you think that the computer is just giving you the information and you just a brain that fit that experience? It is no good to appealing to your experience at all because they could all because by the computer. So you could say that there are something that we could use to prove that we're a human, but sometimes those things can be information coming from the computer too. So what is the point of spectacle that argument is? So well, if you can know that you are not a brain jar, so how could you be sure that reality is anything like what you think it is? So let's take a simple example here. If you cannot prove that you are human and not a brain that was in a jar, so how could you know that the thing that you seeing in front of your eyes, me that talking now is the real me but not the brain? Because maybe that this just the computer from somewhere just giving you the experience about a YouTuber is talking about philosophy. So the information that you're taking in is just like what your experience, and they are no different. It's just different about the reason that you have it. So common sense will going to tell us this argument just going to be wrong. But common sense sometimes can get wrong too. And maybe the brain is better and can give you the common sense like the way you're looking, the way you're smiling, or something else. So here are some suggestions philosophers already make against I mean, against the step, the self, I don't know how to spell this word. I'm sorry. So just say that this is some of the suggestion that the philosopher have made against this argument. So some people say that the theory that our experience comes from ordinary physical object and not a supercomputer, because we can feel it and we can go into like touching it and can do whatever we want to it. And it's a very similar explanation that it makes sense to accept the similar explanation. So as this guy say, which means that you guys are not the brain in a jar. Oh shit, wait, it's going to stop again. So you guys are not the brain in a jar just because you guys can touch and do whatever you want with it. So that's just how that he proved the way he thinking that we are not a brain in a jar. So what do you think? Do you find any out of these response satisfying? Can you know that you are not a brain in a jar? And if you can, does it really matter because we're just feeling what we feel today? So that's all for my video today. Thank you for listening. And I already figured out that why the heck did my computer just stop my picture in front of you guys when my face is just ridiculous like this. That's because my computer is getting old, guys. My computer is getting old, and just fixing the app as I did cannot going to fix anything. So me and my family have planned to going to take a new computer and going to make a more quality and better quality video for you guys. So I'm sorry if the situation is keep going until 1 month or 2 months, but we didn't have any way to cut it out. And if I going to use the Photoshop to can making a new clip, or you can say making a short and going to use this to can like replace with the time my face is going to stop on the screen like this. So it's going to make the experience not smooth like before. But of course, if you guys watching until this video and watching it until the end, you guys could get a comment for me to see that should I going to use the Photoshop to making the video less smooth, but my face didn't stop in the ridiculous pose like this. Okay? So that's all I want to say to you guys today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys on my next video. And one more time, I'm sorry because my computer is old and it cannot going to handle so much quality on my computer. So it's going to stop one time. So sorry about that. And that's all we want to say with you guys today. Thank you for listening and see ya!